Welcome to this message from the mountain, coming to you from the foothills of the White Mountains here in New Hampshire. Today's podcast is titled All Hallows Eve. Well, tonight is Halloween, and of course people love to celebrate it in this country and around the world and dress up with scary characters. But where I am here on the mountains, there's something much deeper that's taking place on All Hallows Eve. I'm not sure exactly how this all began, but we are on a mountain that I believe was sacred to distant and ancient travelers back before the history of the land was really understood. It so happens that on the mountain quite a few years ago I found a stone, a rock really, small boulder made of basalt that when looking at it appears to be actually carved and has the face of Oden. Now, Oden was a Norse god, the god of the underworld, who was blind in one eye and had two raven wings. When you look at this stone, which weighs about 60 pounds, you can see one side of the face with an eye that, feeling underneath it, has definitely been worked by someone. And the other side looks like a blind eye covered with almost a bird wing. Now, just to add more to that mystery, across the valley, a friend of mine that's very intuitive drew me years ago a picture of an ornamental bridge. She says, you'll find that bridge up on the mountain. And we looked across the valley a few months later when we were getting closer to the end of October, and there was exactly what she'd drawn. It looks like an old Roman arch bridge that opens up and you can look into the center of the earth. And I believe that the ancients came here to celebrate All Hallows Eve, when the souls go back and forth between this reality and other realities beyond. Boy, it seems to be really interesting to be involved in the mystery. And as we learn more about the history of the earth, we're finding that ancients did travel here around the world way back before we knew how that happened. So I hope you have a wonderful All Hallows Eve and enjoyed the story of what really is the reality here on the mountains. My name is Michael Hathaway, and this is Message from the Mountain. It is my prayer these words are right and good for you, and if you hear them, thank you so much for listening.